What's good? It's your boy Logic, the unsung hero, the hero you didn't know you needed. Man, what's good? Man, people always be talking about how um men need to get in touch with their feminine side and they need to express themselves, show some emotions and shit like that. And I'm like, where did y'all ever think that men never did that shit? Like, we've there's every man knows of a time or can think of a time where they broke down and cried. Typically, a man doesn't break down and cry in front of his friends and family and shit, uh, or the girl that he's messing with. Typically, a guy, he wallows in secret. You know what I'm saying? Do some self-reflecting and tries to stay stoic. You know what I'm saying? Now, once you get the tears out, once you've cried it out, thought about it, self-reflected. If you didn't really see where you went wrong or what was the cause of your issues or whatever, after you've already cried it out, that's when you can reach out. You know what I'm saying? I think when you've calmed down, your emotional levels are kind of dropped a little bit, then you can vent or go to somebody at that time, because what's going to happen is you're probably going to make illogical arguments and stuff, basically stepping into your feminine, because that's typically what girls do. Is you start trying to have a conversation with a girl in general, but definitely when she's already emotionally like distraught, she's definitely ain't gonna be able to make sense. Hell, typically they don't even want you to solve the problem. They just want you to shut up and just listen to them. So you can see where this does not work in favor for men. So, but like I said, I would say, if a man has to cry or be alone or whatever, let him be alone. Now, he doesn't need to stay in that space or whatever. Eventually, he needs to pick himself up, and then if he has questions and he needs answers and stuff, that's when he goes to whoever or whatever with a clear head, and then tries to figure shit out. And that's typically what men do. It might look like on the outside that, man, you don't never show your emotion. Like, men are going to have hundreds of thoughts, thousands of thoughts every time they're put in a fucked up situation, right? It's just, like I said, we know that women aren't attracted to that type of man. Like, it's already ingrained. I don't even know why we have to repeat this when women, you need to be in touch. Like, look, we know that that's not attractive. We know that it's not attractive. That's not what you're attracted to. Like, we know that how it comes off. We know how it comes off when we see another man do it. Now, if it's your homie or your family member, we give it a pass. But let's say you got that one friend or that one family member that cries all the time. You already know what it is. You're like, God damn. You're letting it slide, but you're like, God damn. Now imagine a stranger. You're just like, this is a bad look, guy. You know what I'm saying? So even to other men, it can come off a little weird. But like I said, if it's friends and family, you give it a pass. They get a little extra tender love and care and shit because y'all boys or y'all family and whatever, right? And that's typically who you need to go to. Somebody who probably understands you, who won't really judge you immediately, you know what I'm saying? But you will get judged. I mean, you keep doing the same bullshit. It doesn't matter if it's your friends or your family. You will be, hey man, what the fuck's going on, man? You ain't got yourself together yet, you know what I'm saying? That's when you know it's probably like a bigger issue if it's something that they keep catching themselves up in. So, but typically men do cry or wallow or whatever. It's just typically not made public. We typically don't go on social media, even though in this day and age guys are starting to get into their feminine. But if it seems like a guy doesn't get in touch with his emotions, like, nah, he does. He just doesn't do it around you. It's not attractive. It's, most men typically don't get sympathy, especially from strangers, so it's just the way men are built. Now, can it backfire? Yeah, some guys go crazy and can become destructive and whatever like that. typically you don't see women going on killing sprees because they emotionally got hurt. But here's the thing though, women are built to move on faster, because here's the thing, women are the selected. So really, if they put themselves back on the market, it's just a matter of time before another guy picks up the pieces. But a guy who, let's say, got did wrong by a female or whatever, and he's put back into the dating scene, he has to go back out there and find the confidence all over again to try to go out there and find a new chick. You know what I'm saying? And remember, his emotions are already, whatever, from the last relationship. But even if he wanted to just, let's say he wasn't looking for something serious, he just needed to feel like he's wanted or whatever by another human being, you still got to go through the vetting process and the hoops and the hurdles that woman's going to put you through just to get that, where a woman could just be like, I'm just trying to fuck, and she can get that instantly, and that'll help with her coping, her coping process, So the downtime in between healing and shit ain't the same for men and women. Men hurt longer and harder. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. So, men really have to build up a resilience. You know what I'm saying? Men really have to, because if they don't, then that's when you catch a few guys, like the school shootings and stuff. Half of that shit's, it's probably because of bullying and or some female, played them or whatever like that. And like I said, you don't see girls. Men are, before the whole emotionally, whatever, men were already destructive before that. Like, we wage the wars, we do the pillaging and all that other stuff like that. We're conquerors, right? So we already have a conquering nature. Like every time we fuck a female or whatever, that's like a new conquer. We achieve a new achievement, that's a conquer. And in an emotional state, we're not in the right mind. So you see a kid go to a school and he's trying to conquer, he's trying to forcefully conquer right there where he has all the advantages, because he's going to probably bring a weapon or whatever, and he's going to exert his dominance on, said people, not in the right state of mind, but which is typically because, maybe a female put him there or his peers put him there through bullying and whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Whether he knew how to vent or deal with his issues in the right way, not everybody knows how to process their emotions. It's just that men can leap to destructive behavior because it's in our nature. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily because he had screws loose per se. It's just that he broke his boundaries in those like restrictions that usually kind of come with being integrated into society and playing by the rules of laws and morality and stuff like that. So, but it is what it is. So like I said, managing your emotions is a skill. It has to be learned, it has to be mastered, it has to be taught, it has to be passed down from one man to the next man. Some guys get it, some men need to bump their head a few times or whatever to get it out their system. But it's best for a man to self-reflect, calm down, and then eventually deal with their issues. So, but it is what it is. That's my take on it. You do not want a feminine man or a man that's stepping into his emotions. It's not a good look. He loses attraction to other females, and his peers think it's kind of weird. Being a man is about controlling your emotions and conquering those emotions. But it's your boy Logic, the unsung hero, the hero you didn't know you needed. Peace.